Good therapy is accessible. All of the therapy that I received before I became a therapist was free therapy. I didn't have to pay for it. Either I was low income or a single mom, or I was able to access therapy through a church or through a private organization like the YWCA, or at times I was able to access it through a partner's employment benefits. And I'm eternally grateful for being able to access therapy at a time when I couldn't afford to pay for it. And that therapy helped me immensely. It's part of the reason that I'm still here today. And after I became a psychologist, I accessed private therapy as a client, and I paid for it out of pocket. And I noticed a difference, both as a client of private therapy and as a therapist who offered private therapy. Private therapy is free in terms of what it allows a therapist to offer. Private therapists are able to offer long-term therapy, trauma therapy without the limits on the number of sessions. Private therapists are able to offer therapy that is individualized and personalized to the client, but also from their own values, from their own approaches, without the limitations of an organization that usually impresses upon employees their own values and their own approaches and their schedules. Whereas private therapists have the freedom to control when they work, how they work. They have the freedom to control their own schedules. And oftentimes therapists can do better work when they have that freedom. And I wish that private therapy was free for all folks, but especially for folks who can't afford it, especially for folks who need that long-term private therapy. And for folks who can afford it with insurance, that being able to pay for therapy often is what allows a private therapist to offer a sliding scale to be able to serve folks who can't afford the private therapy. That was one of the values of my private and my group practice, was to offer sliding scale so that everybody could have access to private therapy. But in my opinion, help is better when it's free. Money changes the dynamics, and I wish that all therapy could be free in Alberta, and it's why I'll keep making free videos.